What's up, traders? Actually, we did have a winning trade going 1 for 3 today. A bigger loss on EDU and a backside trade there, which we did win on. It was very small. And then LI, we just got pretty chopped up. We'll start here on LI since this is the one that we were. Oh, there. I am live on Twitch right now. I told them that I was going to record my YouTube video while still being live. And yeah, they got me pretty good there. Looney, you are a buffoony. I don't know where that came from. And I got the dog in the background, squeaking his toy. He hasn't done this all morning. And here we go. It's going to be fun. LI, we'll zoom in a little bit. Pretty decent move here through that previous resistance at 39.23. As you can see, we got short up through 30.50. Pretty common area of entry for me around that 39.70, looking for that 20 cents through a whole or half dollar. But it wasn't done. Decided to keep going. We ended up getting an ad, and this thing immediately just like hung out. Decided to just hang out at the highs. And as always, you can go watch these live over on Twitch, which I'm still live. It's kind of funny. And so I started to not like it immediately. We weren't getting any kind of attempt at a pullback. It went through 40. We got an ad. We actually added again another 100 shares. So we started with 100, added 100, and then we actually added it another 100 on the break through 40 this first time with the intention that I didn't want to get too big too quick. So if it went back to high of day, I was going to take those 100 shares off, which is what we did here. So it went through the highs, but once I realized that it was kind of a fake out towards the highs, I was like, okay, it's going to come down, try 40 again. Let's throw even more shares in there, looking for this to be the top. And then we're just going to cut it again if it goes back to the highs. So as you can see, it does try to get through 40 and then goes back to the highs. So we take it off. And as you can see, we had the 200 we took off, and then we added 200 back. Again, with the thought process of we're going to cut it at the highs. It doesn't get back to the highs this time, but when it tries, we go ahead and add 200 more shares. Or actually, I think we ended up with 600 total shares here. I think we ended up taking 400, 100, and then 100. Yeah. So we end up adding to get 600 shares here with a decent average. We get a decent little push down. We take 400 of the 600 off, take another 100 here, but ultimately to turn this into a decent sized winner, which we had, I mean, we took these off at 86. We ended up taking the remaining. Oh, so it was, how many did we take off here? Sorry, let me go check. Yeah, we took 400. So we had 800 shares. I'm sorry. So maybe we didn't take off everything. Oh, because we added 400 here. Okay. On this candle. That's why. Okay. So we had the 400 here, and then we added, so 200. I'm so confused. How did we get 800 shares? I don't even remember how we got 800 shares. Started with 100. Added, oh no. 300. Cut. So that's 200. Added back 300. 500. Cut 200. Oh, there's the, oh no, that's EDU. 400. Yeah, it adds up. Okay. So we end up with 800 shares here. And we cut 400 of it here, 200 of it here. And so we were up pretty decent. You can see 39.86. If we would have covered it all instead of at 12, that's almost 30 cents on 200 shares. That's like $50, right? So a little frustrating because we could have had a $50 winner here, but I was ultimately looking for that 39.50 test to take the extra 100 off, and we didn't get it. So as it came back up, our average was at 40.07. We actually ended up taking, I think, a small loss on these. Yeah, 40.12 is where we got filled. So pretty frustrating to basically give the $50 back, but we were looking to make this a decent winner, right? It put us through all this stress of all these little fake out breakouts. We were ready to make a decent amount on it, and unfortunately it didn't work. It ended up being a break-even trade. So a little frustrating, as you can see. Kind of the tale of the two tickers is that they didn't pull back. They ended up running. I was looking to play this again, but I wanted more of a run out of it, and we didn't get it. So that was the LI trade. Over to EDU. No. As you can see, this one was pretty annoying. It just went straight up. Got that same starter through the half dollar,
USHG.
23.70.
Okay.
Got filled at 69. Got to add up here. And then it did the same thing. It just went sideways. So again, we were looking to add with the intention of cutting it. At the highs, we actually ended up adding a little bit more just to get our average up, knowing that if it went to the highs, we're going to cut it. And then it went to the highs. So there you go. That was a pretty decent loss. I think it was like $180, I think was about the final toll. It wasn't, a huge loss, but then it just kind of grinded up higher with no pullback. So in my mind, when we get these, my thought process is we're going to get a pullback. It's just a matter. So basically, as it's going up, I was telling myself the first pullback attempt that tries to go higher and then breaks, I'm going to try to short it because the odds are we're going to get a decent little pullback. So we just jumped in 200 shares. We had 400 over here total, but I wasn't looking to get back in full size because we were just looking to cut this at high of day if it doesn't work. That's the idea of my backside trades when I take them is I look for the key breaks and I'm just risking high of day. So we get short there and it starts to work. And I basically tell myself the first candle to break the high, basically the candle over candle, I'm going to take half of it off. But my ultimate goal is this 23.50 to take another partial, and then this 23, this 22.80 to 23. So when it starts to pop back up, our stop was literally above. So it comes up, makes this little high, starts to top out, and I basically tell myself I'm going to get short, and that's going to be my stop. So it started to come back down. It broke this candle here, and I'm going to use the top of these candles as a stop. So I put it in at 60. It starts to work. We have 200 shares again, and we're up like 40, 50 bucks on this one. But again, I'm looking for the bigger trade here. I'm looking for the backside, which you can see obviously happened, but not before. If you look, 58, we had our stop at 59. Just if it came back up to here and broke this pivot, I'm not interested because it broke it's making a higher low and I'm not interested. The odds are it could go back up, but it could be a fake out. Who knows? It's a 50-50, right? I don't like 50-50s. So when I don't have edge, I don't like to be in a trade. So my thought process is when it breaks this 58, I'm done. It goes to 61, stops us at 59, goes to 61, and immediately does exactly what we wanted it to do. Yeah. So pretty frustrating because I had no intentions of taking any shares off until this 23.50 area. Probably would have ended up taking some off here when it started to curl back up. Probably would have taken half off there. But then I definitely would have been holding the other half until 23 and we would have got it. So would have probably turned us green on the day, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So a little sad. But sometimes I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. I'm getting ready to go bowling, getting ready to end the live stream. I appreciate them putting up with this recording. Maybe it was beneficial to them too. Maybe I could start doing this at the end of my streams because then they can kind of get a recap of what my thoughts were on all my trades anyway. And one of the 5 habits that I'm looking to create is to review all of my trades every day. And sometimes I don't make a video because I don't think the trades are that important, but maybe this could be a way to start that habit by just at the end of the stream, just hit the record button and do the YouTube video. And it could be a way to kind of go back over the trades. And I would like to go a little bit more in depth with these. So maybe like when I end the YouTube video, if there's something else I want to say, like something I would put in my journal, I could bring the journal over and we could do that. Maybe that's possibly a good idea. But for now, for the YouTube video, that's all I got. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate that support. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. You can always find me in Discord. You can always find me over on Twitter. You can find me live on Twitch every morning that the market's open. And, obviously I got to be here, but usually I'm here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.